Community here in Potchefstroom taking matters into their own hands, saying that you are failing them because you have failed to respond to their memorandum.
Let me take the opportunity to greet the viewers of the ENCA and yourself, Bafedile, and your crew. I think it's proper, Bafedile, that we give context to the question that you're raising. What has happened on the 5th of July, I was requested by community members that they were having a peaceful march, that I must come and collect a memorandum. I was personally not around because I was called in Mafikeng for another meeting. I then sent a member of my executive, Qhele, to go and collect the memorandum. When he arrived at the venue, he was told that there were change of plans because they decided that the office of the MEC must be the one that collects the memorandum, and already somebody was sent to come and collect the memorandum. And that's actually what then has transpired. So after the memorandum was then given to the office of the MEC, almost 4 days after the 14 days that they gave to the MEC, the office of the MEC then sent the memorandum to us so that we can then assist with some of the clarities that were sought. Now, I wrote to the MEC to say it is only fair, as he was given 14 days, that we are also given the same 14 days to respond to the issues. And as we were then concluding the process, we then wake up to what has happened yesterday, where there was no proper processes followed for a proper application for a march or a shutdown. And this is what that happened yesterday. In the main, that's the context I would give. So we did not, as the municipality, refuse to meet with these community members. Instead, they chose to take the memorandum to the office of the MEC that was collected by Qhele.
Now, what can we expect? What's the way forward? Are you planning any engagements with them?
We have already on yesterday, when the situation went out of hand, I was called by one of the captain who was leading here, Captain Piri. I engaged with them to say to them, we are more willingly as the municipality to sit with them and discuss whatever discomforts that they have raised. But then what they indicated, it was that they would want that engagement to take place in the presence of the MEC. I then explained to them that I don't control the diary of the MEC. They indicated to me that they could get the MEC. I gave them some time. They called back and they confirmed that the MEC is not available because he's still awaiting our responses, and then they would not want to meet with us up until the MEC is part of those discussions. But we are saying as the municipality, if there are issues that they are raising, we are more welcome to sit with them and discuss these issues, because all the issues that we have seen in social media that they are raising are issues that have undergone normal processes of council. You'd understand that by the end of March every year, we are compelled by law to present a draft budget, and the draft budget that is presented, it comes with the IDP and your proposed tariffs that we are proposing as the municipality. And once it's tabled in council, it was then, in our case, tabled on the 26th of March, and we put a notice on all newspapers on the 28th. We allowed a window from the 15th of April to 15th of May, where all ward councillors were requested to have public meetings to present the same information. And equally, in public spaces like libraries, we open up from the 3rd of April till the 3rd of May to allow those that have means to go to libraries to do the same. And the inputs that we received before we approved our budget in June, we then consolidated them in part of the budget that we have actually approved. So in the main, even if you look back, Bafedile, you'll see we have been consistent in terms of how we have been raising our tariffs for water, sewer. We have actually been sitting around 6% for the past 3-4 years. We have never done anything outside the norm. And last year, when NERSA approved almost more than 18% of tariffs increase, we did not go the 15.1% that NERSA said must be taken. We actually went for 9% because we are understanding that our communities can't afford to pay that exorbitant amount that NERSA was suggesting. This year, we then said, because NERSA was actually approving around 12%, we then submitted a 30% suggestion that was finally approved by NERSA. So this is where we are, but if there are other issues that they are raising, we are more than welcome to sit with them and discuss their issues. And I must also indicate that locally we'll have consultative processes to explain these issues further, because it's possible that you might find that some of these issues might not actually have been raised properly in the public participation processes, and some community members could have missed them. But we are saying those processes that law requires us to do, we have followed them, and we have made sure that our people participate in the decision making before we actually approve the final budget and IDP and the tariffs.
So your response is the municipality with what they are raising, that the residents of Ventersdorp are not paying the rates. What's your response?
We must be honest, Bafedile. In Ventersdorp, not all the residents are paying. Those that are paying, it's a minimal number of residents that are paying. And hence, as the municipality, we have actually not just sit back and let the situation unfold like it is. If you come from Mafikeng, you enter Ventersdorp, you'll see in extension 10 in Ventersdorp, already there are some connections that are made through the funding of INEP for almost more than 1,500 units. Those units are some of them that will be starting that to be paid. But also as the municipality, we have actually solicited 3,150 electricity meters that we are going to install in Ventersdorp. And our priority will be concentrating on your large power users like your farmers, your business people, before we can go to the household. But that plan is there. We are not just sitting, we are acknowledging that it's a burden to the JB Max that not all the residents, and it's not just in Ventersdorp, also in Poch, you have a lot of more than 8,000 to 9,000 informal settlements that are connecting illegally. A posture that we have taken as the municipality is to deal with the profiling, so that first, before we connect any services, we know who are residing in this informal settlement. That process has been concluded. We are only left with Seropi informal settlement to do that process. But what we are now going to be doing is to start to take tune of what Gauteng is doing to connect this informal settlement and ring-fence the income we are getting to make sure that we speed up the connection and we close the gap of the loss that we are experiencing in terms of these illegal connections.
Lastly, let's talk about the issue of service delivery. Where are you lacking as the municipality in terms of providing services?
What areas that we are still lacking and we are attending to, it's the issues of our teams. In particular, the teams that are doing potholes, that are doing water leaks. We are beefing up those teams. You'll realize when we got in here, there were close to more than 150 workers that have been appointed on a contractual basis. And in terms of Section 198B of the Labor Relations Act, that process is not permitted. We have started to absorb them permanently so that they can actually create space for those that would want to appoint to beef up our teams and to make sure that we start doing our potholes. We are doing it, but our teams are very minimal. Like the pothole team, we only operate with one team, and then your sewer teams, it's 3 teams in town and 3 teams in the township. So this is what we'll be doing as we beef up our teams to make sure that we actually accelerate our service delivery. And this Friday, as we are kicking up the 4th Tunsale Roll Reloaded, we are part and parcel of the program that it's starting. As the Premier would be doing it in the other region, we'll be starting as JB Max to roll it out. And then finally, we're expecting at least towards the end of the year, many of such issues are attended.
Thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you very much.